Hey guys, Brett Weiss here. Welcome to another video. I only have one arcade game in my game room, just one full-sized arcade cab, which is one reason I love going to retro gaming conventions. Now, Galaga is awesome, but it's just one game. So I did a walkthrough of the Houston Arcade Expo, which I attended recently. Amazing arcade, rows and rows of pinball machines set up on free play, lots of arcade games, some rare stuff, some cool stuff, lots of awesomeness. So I want to show this to you guys. And hang on to the end, because I had a brief chat with Sam Jones, who played Flash Gordon in the 1980 film. Awesome guy, so be sure, check out the Houston Arcade Expo, the arcade in particular, and hang on to the end for Sam Jones. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for liking it, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. I really, really appreciate it, guys. It helps so much. Thank you. We'll, see you in Houston at the Arcade Expo, or at least vicariously. Have fun watching the video, guys. Thanks. All right, here we are at the main attraction of the Houston Arcade Expo, the arcade itself. I remember playing Terminator 2 Judgment Day back in the 90s. I had kind of a career crisis, and I went to putt-putt just to blow off some steam and think through what I was going to do, and I played the heck out of Terminator 2 Judgment Day. It really helped clear my thoughts and make a decision. Very cool. It is very loud in here. A lot of the machines are turned up pretty loud, and they have a stereo system too, but they were kind enough to turn it off so I could do this video, so I wouldn't be demonetized. It's so cool. You don't see the Super Mario Brothers machine nearly as often as you see other Super Mario products and cartridges, and every once in a while you'll see the Versus System arcade game. I love this Star Wars machine. It wasn't produced like in the late 70s or early 80s, back in when the films were being made, but it's a cool machine nevertheless. I'm not sure when this came out, but I really, really like it. It's a great classic. Very old school. I always thought this was funny. Flash, the name of this machine. Unfortunately, there's never really been a pinball machine based on the Flash. Mixed reviews for the Tron Legacy movie, but I think most people can agree the pinball machine's pretty awesome. Proving they'll make pinball machines out of almost anything. So last night, there was basically a party in this area. The music, there was live music on the stage up there, as you can see. And see all the confetti on the floor. Things were a little crazy. A lot of alcohol was imbibed. And they were dancing, and it went on till 2 a.m. The Houston Arcade Expo is basically a weekend-long party. It's sort of a Gen X version of Screw Attack Game Convention as far as the party atmosphere. Family Guy is a great machine. I like the show. It's not my favorite IP, but the pinball machine is amazing. It's really a great game. Groovy, baby. I still love the Austin Powers movies. They're still crack me up. A lot of you guys know I'm a huge fan of The Who, one of my favorite bands of all time. Ooh, the Twilight Zone. That was one of the machines in the 90s that helped bring back pinball. Pinball had a bit of a resurgence in the 90s thanks to machines like Twilight Zone. All right, let's go to this row of arcade cabs. Tempest, kind of hard to find one of these in really good working condition, but this one worked great. And of course, You always see Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Man at these kinds of shows. R-Type is one of the archetypal side-scrolling shooters, you could say. Sorry about that. Ooh, Reactor. You don't see this arcade game very often. It's more like you'll see the Atari 2600 game. Popeye, one of my favorites. As you can see, there are a wide variety of games to play at this show. And I've gotten to play some of these games early in the morning before the convention started and I was stuck at my table. So I've had a lot of fun this weekend, and I've had fun after hours too. Rampage, the creator, Brian F. Collin, is at this show. Cool guy, and I've really gotten to know him over the last couple of years or the last few years of being set up at conventions. Pingo, totally love this game. I spent most of my time with this game on the Atari 5200, but it's a great port of the arcade classic. Popeye 2, another one I love. Spent most of my time on the NES with this game and ColecoVision. Played it a lot in the arcades too. My wife's favorite game, Centipede. Always have to give a shout out for that. The legendary NBA Jam. Ooh, classic beat 'em up, The Simpsons. Love that game. That's a fun one to play at a place like this where you don't have to keep putting in quarters and you can beat it without spending a fortune. Buck Rogers. I got some playtime on this yesterday morning. Really fun. And you ColecoVision fans will remember the port for that system of this game. And it's actually a pretty good port. It's a fun arcade game. Really great graphics. Another classic beat 'em up from Konami. All right, let's go around here. Kicks. This game really mesmerized me and fascinated me back in the day. I loved it, and I loved watching players that could figure out the trick for closing off the most space. Their strategies were amazing. Baby Pac-Man, oh man, one of my favorites. It's weird because it's not a great pinball game, and it's not a great maze game, and it's super difficult, but man is it fun. I don't know what it is, just the combination of the two were so great. Frogger, my brother was just an absolute king of Frogger back in the day. And Arabian by Atari. This isn't one you see too often, but I remember seeing ads for it back in the day. Pretty cool climbing game, kind of slow but fun. Reminds me a little bit of Kangaroo or Donkey Kong Jr. or something like that. Blasteroids, great Asteroid sequel. Ooh, nice. Superman. Ooh, Super Sprint. I love the 3-player action on this game. That is so cool. All right, let's move around to Bagman. That was ported to the ColecoVision by CollectorVision in recent years. I believe it was CollectorVision. Remember seeing that, playing that at Showbiz Pizza back in the day, Bagman. Always loved the sit-down environmental cabs and the immersive racers. So much fun. Not to mention the fighting game version of that type of cab. Xevious, the first game where you could shoot airborne as well as ground-based enemies. Ooh, check out Blue Shark. There's an old rarity. Very cool. Such a great mix of machines at this convention. Vanguard, like Pingo, I played that mostly on Atari consoles. I love the 5200 version. Great arcade game. Space Zap, another rarity. Pretty cool, guys. All right, let's keep moving around. Gauntlet Legends, great multiplayer action. So cool. All right, let's maneuver over here. Got some computers set up, consoles and whatnot. Mendo. All right, let's look at some more arcade games over here, guys. These are brought here by the Game Preserve. They were kind enough to bring their machines in for people to play. Phoenix, one of my all-time favorites. Played the heck out of this game in junior high school. There was one at the convenience store near my school. Mario Brothers, my friend Johnny and I would play this at the mall for hours and just had so much fun sabotaging each other. We never played cooperatively. Much more fun to bust each other's balls. So great. Love me some bump and jump. Continuing on to the back of the room, as you can see, it's a huge arcade area. I've sold quite a few books this weekend considering the crowd. It's not necessarily, you know, a book crowd. You get more of that at the regular retro gaming conventions. This is more of a party and arcade playing crowd. But I've sold quite a few and it's been a lot of fun. Met some cool people, reconnected with old friends. I remember playing Space Invaders pinball machine back in the day at Malibu Grand Prix. I absolutely loved that they made a pinball version of one of my favorite arcade games, and it even incorporates those awesome heartbeat type sound effects. Really cool. Moving onward. The Creature, great machine, or as my friend Glenn and I call it, the Critter from the Black Lagoon. The big game at the Expo this year is Godzilla. They've got probably about 10 or 12 of these machines. Seems to be a pretty awesome game. I played it a few times. Love the back glass with the footage from the old films. And check out this telephone booth converted into basically a main cabinet, I guess. Wow, that is really creative. All right, we are going to wrap up on the row of celebrity guests, including the great Sam Jones, who played Flash Gordon in one of my favorite films of all time.
Come on, man.
Awesome.
Oh, hey, yes.
All right, he still got it.
Yes, yeah, that's what lattes do. Come on, man.
Latte powered. Awesome. Very cool stuff. Been in a lot of other movies and TV shows. What is a TV shoe?
Shoes too.
Excuse me. So funny, and Ted, that was so great. Really cool stuff. And I've discovered I need to check out the Highwayman for sure.
That's my favorite project. I mean, look.
How cool.
Just like Road Warrior.
Yeah.
That's a sawed-off shotgun strapped to his leg.
How did you get that gig?
Well, you got to audition for it.
Had to audition for
You
it.
pay somebody a lot of money. But
Right.
no, you got to audition. Yeah, I had a federal badge to do what I wanted. I drove an 18-wheeler, and I got to work in the great outdoors of Arizona for 6 months. It's unbelievable.
That's your favorite project of all time?
Yeah, because as a guy,
yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah.
And the wardrobe, everything.
Total badass.
And as you know, usually we work in a sanitized environment.
Yeah.
Well, this was outdoors in the elements every day.
Awesome.
Every day.
Great. All right, well, thanks a lot. Enjoy the show. And we have the legendary Brian F. Collin, developer. How's it going?
Now that I'm almost awake, it's going great.
Awesome.
It's been a great weekend.
Great weekend, a lot of fun.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Check out the awesomeness. So many games worked on.
So you only
Xenophobe is probably my favorite game that Brian worked on. Very cool. Check out this picture with The Rock. So cool. And somehow they let me in the door. Pretty nice of them. It's been a lot of fun. Sold quite a few books for an arcade show. And then here's G to the Next Levels booth. He's not here right now, but Sonic is, and his lovely wife. Be sure and subscribe to G to the Next Level on YouTube. All right, that about wraps it up. Hey. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Comment if you've ever been to the Houston Arcade Expo. If you're a fan of my work, you might want to consider supporting me on Patreon. For just a low fee each month, you get a lot of extra content. Another way to support the channel and my writing career is to buy books direct from me, including the 100 Greatest Console Video Games, the Classic Home Video Game Series. It's like an encyclopedia set. And this massive bad boy, the NES Omnibus Volume 1 A through L. I will put links in the description of this video where you can buy books direct from me and where you can support me on Patreon. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.